Hello and welcome everyone. This is Type V3 with the D-Arts review of the Greek god of death, Thanatos, the ultimate manifestation of the Death Arcana from Persona 3. The Persona series has birthed many strange and unique monster designs, with Thanatos easily being the most terrifyingly striking among them, and Bandai have done an excellent job in recreating its look in figure form. The general sculpt matches up well with the line art, and the silhouette is mostly smooth, with the shoulder joints being the only odd distraction. The finer details are simple yet solid in execution, though I do wish the straps over the chest were raised to give off a layered look. Paintwork on Thanatos is crisp and clean, with a lot of the more impressive applications applied sparingly. Obviously, the head sculpt is really the most attractive point on the core figure. The translucent plastic has been lightly layered with a silver paint, and when combined with the aggressive face, it definitely makes for one bold appearance. Of course, the most captivating feature on Thanatos are the 8 coffins that surround him. Now, they're all identical, but the heavy use of metallic paint with its harsh sculpting make them visually dramatic, and the metal chain which links them all add a premium feel. Also, as you might imagine, due to their size, they make this 6-inch figure seem larger than it actually is. Thanatos comes with very few accessories in the box. Apart from his open palms, you get a pair of gripping hands, which is meant for his sword. The sword looks great, but unfortunately it can't be sheathed. Instead, the hilt pops off the existing scabbard to give the illusion of a drawn blade. Regardless, the effect works fine. Now, you've probably already guessed this, but yes, Thanatos is restricted to this custom display base, and he can't really leave it. I mean, he doesn't have feet to support his own weight, and the coffins are kind of integral to his design, so you can't really take him off it, or else he just won't work. So going through articulation, we have a ball-jointed head, super emotive, I love it, and then there's an opening mouth to make him even creepier. So that's just cool. The shoulders are ball-socketed, which they can do their job well, but the cuff around the ball joint is a little thick, so in every direction it's going to collide with his chest. The torso has a ball joint right in the center, which you can only activate from the bottom. You can't really move it from the upper part of the body, or else you'd be moving the entire display stand. The hips are fairly normal in that they're just a ball joint, and there's a single jointed knee. Also, a ball jointed wrist. Now, the coffins are each on single ball joints, which are really, really cool. You can kind of do whatever you want with them, and then there's this chain here which rings through them all, and then you can pull on any one of them just to make it all look even out. Of course, this figure is, like I said, limited in that he is stuck to this display base. He can't really go anywhere else, so if you can't really do anything that's too out of character, and even when you're posing Thanatos in the middle here, it does come into a lot of conflicting scenarios where he'll either hit some of these coffins, or sometimes it'll just pop right off of the assembly because it's a little bit finicky to get right. And then on top of all that, it's a pretty heavy setup overall, so when you're using the full display stand, make sure to tighten the screws here and the hinges just to support all of the weight. And just like that, he sort of kind of pops off pretty easily. The chains kind of hold on to him though, so you can kind of pretend like he's a puppet, and he's coming for you. As far as action figures are concerned, D-Art's Thanatos is mediocre at best. Don't get me wrong, the general presentation is phenomenal, although due to the character's original design, its dependency on the display base is what ultimately kills a good chunk of the fun. Sure, you can have some neat poses, but if you're expecting a toy that contains some robust gimmick, or one that you can actually play with, well then you'll be left with disappointment here. On the other hand, if you come at this from a completely different angle and view D-Art's Thanatos as more of a posable statue or strictly a display piece, then you're in for a treat. Again, it looks fantastic, and with the added level of articulation, there's a variety of options for display. Not to mention, with a design this unique and striking, it'll absolutely stand out on your shelf. At the end of the day, all I can really say is that D-Art's Thanatos looks great, is solidly built, and packs enough value in the box to justify the $45 price tag. Though whether you'll have fun with it or not is entirely up to you. Anyways, this has been Type V3. Thanks for watching, and despite this video ending, we're not quite done with Thanatos just yet, for he's about to be summoned from the Velvet Room once more and fight in an entirely new arena.